Guys, I really wish too that I could make a YouTube channel about beauty products and food. However, that is not the path I chose and the information that I have in this brain. So I have the joy of talking about partitions. One of the overarching topics that the NCIDQ covers is interior construction, which pertains to the way things are constructed, like the name suggests. It's a big topic and a large chapter in your interior design reference manual study book, but it's something that designers don't often learn or deal with in their actual professional life. So I want to start easy with this topic and in this video walk you through a basic partition section detail. What's up, designers? My name is Kelsey. I'm an NCIDQ certified interior designer and the owner of KLSY, a Manhattan-based design studio specializing in commercial spaces. My mission is to help other designers excel in their career while promoting transparency about the career and industry. I'll be launching something pertaining to the NCIDQ exam, pertaining to studying for it, maybe some test prep materials in early 2025. So if you're studying for the NCIDQ exam or you're thinking of taking it in the April, what do they call it? A round of tests in the April round section. If you're thinking of taking the NCIDQ exam either this April or sometime in the future, then be sure to click the link down in the description box to sign up for my email list and newsletter, where I will send you some exclusive insights. I'll let you know when that launches and maybe give you a little discount code. So without further ado, let's talk about partition construction. Riveting, I know. In case anyone watching this has no idea what the word partition means, partition basically is the technical term for a wall. So we're talking about walls. What's inside of a wall? How is a wall constructed? There's lots of different types of walls or partitions. You can have glass walls, gypsum walls is what we're talking about today. You can have metal walls. Partitions can be made of any type of material. So what we're talking about today is gypsum wallboard walls, like what you see behind me. Here is what a partition section detail looks like. It's basically an elevation view that shows what the inside of the wall would look like if you took a knife and cut it. There are two basic non-rated partition details that you will see on the exam: a residential partition and a commercial partition. Wall construction is different for these two types of buildings because they have different fire, occupancy, and other code requirements. And what I mean by non-rated is not fire rated. So the partition isn't constructed to keep its structural integrity or combust in the event it catches fire. We will review fire rated partition details in a future video, but for now, let's not worry about that. When you're looking at a partition detail, the first telltale sign of what type of building you're looking at is the stud. The stud is the part of the partition that actually holds the wall up, also known as the framing. In residential construction, 2x4s, as you've probably heard, or 2x6 wood studs are common framing members and are typically spaced 16 inches on center. On center means that the studs are spaced 16 inches apart, measured from the center of each stud. Studs in residential construction typically start at the subfloor and end at a gypsum ceiling. To hold the studs in place, a 2x4 piece of wood is placed at the base, which is called a sole plate, and a 2x4 piece of wood is used at the top, which we call a top plate. Sometimes you will see two 2x4 pieces of wood at the top, which is known as a double top plate. Each side of the partition will have gypsum wallboard, which you are familiar with. It's what most of the walls that you encounter are made of, gypsum. Gypsum wallboard thicknesses can range from 1/4 inch to 1 inch, but the standard thickness for residential construction is 1/2 inch. Finally, inside the wall, you may have insulation, which provides additional acoustic benefits. You may also see acoustic batting on the exam, which acts similarly to insulation. For commercial construction, metal studs are used because it's a non-combustible material, meaning it won't burst into flames if a fire breaks out. 2.5 inches or 3 5/8 inches metal studs are most commonly used and spaced 24 inches on center. Metal studs can be placed further apart than wood studs because it's a sturdier material and therefore the wall needs less studs to support it. Instead of a wood sole and top plate, commercial partitions have steel tracks placed at the top and the bottom of the partition to secure the studs in place. The standard gypsum wallboard thickness used in commercial construction is 5/8 inch and should provide no less than a 1/4 inch gap at the base of the partition to allow for flexible sealant. Insulation or acoustic batting can also be used to mitigate sound. And finally, a resilient channel may also be used to further improve acoustic properties by isolating the gypsum wallboard from rigid attachment to the framing. Some other items that you might see on both types of partition details are the finished floor on either side, such as carpet or wood flooring, and wall base, which is used to hide the imperfections of the wall construction or the sealant. You may also see different types of ceiling construction, such as a concrete deck, a gypsum ceiling, or an acoustical ceiling tile, often abbreviated as ACT. For more information and graphics pertaining to partition details, then see Chapter 11 of your David-Kent Ballast Reference Manual, 7th edition. If you're looking for more NCIDQ test prep videos, then check out my NCIDQ video playlist here. And if you're thinking of taking the NCIDQ exam, then don't forget to click the link down below to be added to my email list to be notified when I launch more NCIDQ related content. I'll see you next time for more educational interior design content. Thanks for watching and happy studying.